Have you ever heard of that innocent, conscientious old man scrimping and saving in a dead-end job all his life just so he could live off of his savings? Then along comes his brother's best friend, Jeff, who he's known all his life. And Jeff is telling him over and over again, cryptocurrencies. It's the best investment out there. Hand over your money. You'll never regret it. Just in case you get too tempted to invest in those crypto lies yourself, we're here to tell you have come to the right place and just in time. In today's video, we'll be telling you about the biggest crypto lies you need to know. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, please turn on your notifications, and like the video. Number 1. What exactly does the word crypto mean? Well, it's not cryptic. For those of you who don't know, and those who know, we'll tell you anyway. NerdWallet tells us that cryptos, or cryptocurrencies, are digital currencies that can be used to purchase goods and services. Sounds a lot like money, right? In 2009, an unidentified person going by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin. If you're hearing this for the first time, that's great. Sit back, grab a snack, because you're in for a lot of fun. If you know everything there is to know about Bitcoin, don't worry, and definitely don't log out. We're sure there's some things you might want to recall. The current number of active users in the world with cryptocurrencies is between 2.9 million and 5.8 million users. Millions of us, or rather yourself, are investing millions and billions of dollars in cryptocurrencies these days. But do you know all the risks? Here, we'll guide you through the labyrinth of lies surrounding cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin can be hacked. This is something that concerns anyone investing and trading in cryptocurrencies. But the idea of Bitcoin getting hacked isn't entirely true. Just like any other account on the internet, Bitcoin does have the chance of getting hacked, but it's not as common as you might believe. Bitcoin.com itself tells us Bitcoin exchanges and cloud-based wallets can theoretically be hacked, just like anything else connected to the internet. The underlying code powering the Bitcoin blockchain, however, cannot be hacked. Bitcoin has been stress tested more thoroughly than possibly any other piece of code ever written. There you have it. So if you're careful and have proper security checks in place, and if you don't trust your deepest, darkest secrets, login details, and passwords to anyone at all, no matter what, then of course you'll be safe. Next up, cryptocurrency is stable. Wrong. Digital currencies are extremely volatile. If you monitor cryptocurrencies over time, you should notice that these currencies are not stable at all. It happens because instead of exchanging on a central exchange, trading occurs in exchanges between cryptocurrencies. Number 4. Bitcoin is money. Wrong again. Bitcoin is not money like national currencies like the dollar, pound, or euro. Most shops in the world don't accept Bitcoin as a payment method, in fact. The difference between Bitcoin and that other kind of money is that the national currencies are centralized and government controlled. Cryptocurrency is virtual money based on software. When you purchase cryptocurrency, you purchase a digital asset based on an algorithm. Cryptocurrency is virtual money represented as tokens. Each token represents a specific amount of cryptocurrency that you own based on the current market value. You can sell that token, or you can cash it out at market value. Bitcoin is decentralized rather than government controlled. That means that its value is based on supply and demand. Get the picture? Next up, it's legal everywhere. This is far from true. Most countries do not make use of the Bitcoin itself legal, but do regulate its use. North African and Middle Eastern countries like Morocco, Algeria, and Egypt have made Bitcoin illegal. South American countries like Bolivia also totally oppose it. But in general, most countries do permit trading in Bitcoin. Number 6. Trading is accurate. According to CNBC, the majority of Bitcoin trading is a hoax. Bitwise tells us that 95% of spot Bitcoin trading volume is unregulated. 71 out of 81 exchanges that Bitwise investigated were identified as wash trading, a term describing a person simultaneously selling and buying the same stock, or Bitcoin in this case, to create the appearance of activity in the market. Those exchanges report an aggregated 6 billion in average daily Bitcoin volume. But this Bitwise investigation claims that only 273 million of that 6 billion in average daily Bitcoin volume is legitimate. Do you kind of get the picture? Bitcoin is sort of lying to us. It's no more to be believed than that the tale of Father Christmas sliding down chimneys. Bitcoin is cooking the company books, fiddling the accounts. Next in line, Bitcoin is a pyramid scheme. Pyramid scheme or Ponzi scheme, here the capital of newer investors is paid to older investors, until eventually this house of cards becomes unsustainable and the whole thing collapses in on itself. The price of Bitcoin is determined by what the market decides to pay for it. Bitcoin does not need not to pay off previous investors. Bitcoin is not a pyramid scheme. The market decides its fate. Next up, Bitcoin is used for illegal activities. Conspiracy theorists rave on and on about the digital currency giant Bitcoin and the mysterious, or rather shady activities that are going on behind scenes. Truth be told, Bitcoin might have been involved in some suspicious activities back in 2013, but today the vast majority of Bitcoin transactions are for legitimate purposes. Number 9, you can't lose anything. Bitcoin can be addictive, just like alcohol, drugs, and gambling. Of course, you can lose everything on Bitcoin or anything else. It's all a question of self-control, isn't it? Did you know that if you lose your Bitcoin password, you lose your Bitcoin account too? There have been a whole bunch of Bitcoin millionaires who got locked out of their accounts forever. Make sure you don't follow in their footsteps. Keep your password somewhere safe, under your mattress if possible, but don't tell people where you live, especially where you keep your secrets. Other Bitcoin investors have made millions and lost them too. From 2013 to 2017, the value of Bitcoin kept rising. People had millions in their accounts. Peter McCormick became addicted to Bitcoin, hooked on buying more and more. He expected the $2,000 he invested in Bitcoins to increase in value. By spring 2017, his investment in Bitcoin rose to $300,000. By summer 2017, he had an astonishing $500,000 in Bitcoins. That's incredible, isn't it? It all sounds great until Peter McCormick started spending. Everybody wanted to know about his Bitcoin success. Long story short, McCormick created his own Facebook group, a website, and a podcast and had thousands of subscribers. Then came January 2018, the month and year that ended Peter McCormick's dreams. The value of Bitcoin crashed. He himself admits that he should have sold everything before it meant nothing. This tells us how greed can destroy a person. Bitcoin is a good friend, but an even worse enemy. But if Peter would have held on, he would have got all his money back. Just saying. Next up, the lie that you can make money on Bitcoin. This is something that you should neither be saying nor believing. There's a clear difference between paper profits and real profits. You have to sell your Bitcoin to get real money in order to realize a profit. The more people decide to take their profits, the lower the price will drop. Bitcoin itself operates in a bubble, so its market value resets to a number closer to its intrinsic value, which at the end of the day is nothing, just a bubble. Number 11. Bitcoin funds terrorism. This is a lie. Okay, this is a lie. You can't blame currencies for doing business. Governments and businesses fund wars, hijackings, bombings, and insurgencies. Doesn't matter the currency, you name it, chances are there's dirt. Other people claim that Bitcoin is used by hate groups, but hate groups can also use banks. Capitalism doesn't mind where your money comes from. There's no such thing as dirty money, in a sense. It turns out that in 2016, Europol didn't find any evidence or terrorist activity involved with cryptocurrencies. Of course, that doesn't mean that we should believe Europol. It's up to you to decide what cryptocurrencies fund and if you're okay with that. But without proof, you can't simply say that Bitcoin funds terrorism. It's kind of false logic. Think about it. If Bitcoin were involved in a terrorist scandal, we would all already know about it. Its crypto competitors would lose Bitcoin, the big boss would go down. We wouldn't even be talking about it. Next, you'll get rich on Bitcoin. No guys, not everyone makes millions of dollars on Bitcoin. Let us bring you up to speed. Do realize the risk before you start investing in Bitcoin. In April 2021, the prestigious Financial Times told us that the problem with investing in Bitcoin is that it instinctively feels too good to be true. The largest cryptocurrency by volume is worth 600% more today than a year ago, soaring from about $7,000 per Bitcoin up to $54,000 this week, along the way becoming one of the best performing financial assets of 2020. The Financial Times proceeds to inform us, despite including some extreme price swings, the year-long rally has so far defied fears of a repeat of Bitcoin's spectacular price crash of 2018. Eye-popping returns are making it difficult for even hardened cryptocurrency skeptics not to consider putting money into Bitcoin, and many long-term doubters are crumbling. Jamie Dimon, chief of US banking giant JP Morgan, is just one prominent crypto bear who turned bullish in recent years. Recently emerged cheerleaders include Tesla chief Elon Musk and a number of billionaire hedge fund managers who are convinced that as the digital equivalent of gold, Bitcoin's exchange rate against conventional currencies has even further to soar. Last on our list, cryptocurrencies are safe. This is entirely untrue. It's not safe. With the word crypto meaning secure, you would hope that it's secure. With Bitcoin, thousands of people experienced theft and lost a lot of money. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are driven by technical analysis, short-term emotions, and misinformation about its utility, scarcity, and long-term potential. Think carefully before you invest in this dangerous business. You might think that you can make these cryptocurrencies real just by believing in them, but should you take that risk? Our very best advice at this moment in time is no. Don't toss your hard-earned savings away. That's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching our video. If you want to see more videos, subscribe to our channel and turn notifications on. Don't forget to like the video and leave us a comment below. We'll meet you there. Until next time.